What's up everyone, I'm Dan and today I'm going to be talking about The Matrix Resurrections. Now, the original Matrix was released in 1999 and was definitely a game-changing moment for many of us. It redefined the genre and showed audiences a new level of possibilities that could be achieved with special effects. Black leather jackets and small shades were the new cool, and Keanu Reeves was immortalized as the coolest action hero of that time. The original was followed up by The Matrix Reloaded and The Matrix Revolutions, as well as the excellent Animatrix, a series of short stories that filled in many plot gaps about the Matrix universe. Before we get too far into this review though, what I will say is that in my honest opinion, if you haven't seen the Matrix trilogy, then you probably won't get the most out of this new installment. In fact, you're likely to be pretty lost for most of the movie. Matrix Resurrections is directed by Lana Washoutsky and stars Keanu Reeves and Carrie-Anne Moss, who reprise their roles as Neo and Trinity respectively. To find out if his reality is a physical or mental construct, Mr. Anderson, aka Neo, will have to choose to follow the White Rabbit once more. If he's learned anything, it's that choice, while an illusion, is still the only way out of or into the Matrix. Neo already knows what he has to do, but what he doesn't know yet is that the Matrix is stronger, more secure and far more dangerous than ever before. Now, I was always a bit wary as to how they were going to continue Neo's story, but this one works. It's not an overly complex one, which you might expect from a franchise like this, and what we actually get is a romantic love story wrapped up in this action sequel. Speaking of which, the action scenes are, as you would imagine, intense and a joy to watch as bullets fly and characters defy the laws of gravity. As you would expect in the 20 odd years since the first movie came out, film effects have come a long way in leaps and bounds, so things look much smoother and cleaner in Resurrections. Jessica Henwick was a standout character for me when she was on screen, that is. I just wish they'd given her a bit more to do. Yaya's Morpheus is fun, and his explanation for why his character exists makes sense, but he lacks the presence that Lawrence Fishburne had and brought to the character. One of my problems with the original trilogy was how they left things, and this one helps to patch things up slightly. Seeing Neo again was great, but soon the plot left me wondering, where was this all going? Were we going to tread over familiar waters with humanity against the machines again, or was there going to be some new twist? And this is where I think the threads start to unravel. On one hand, you have a new Matrix film filled with its trademarked cool action scenes, and at the same time introduces a new audience to a classic franchise. On the other hand, however, this movie is very meta, with lots of Easter eggs, callbacks to the old movies and characters. It can be very on the nose, and that can come off as very awkward at times. If you saw the new Space Jam movie, then you'll feel in familiar territory here, in the first half of the movie at least. It seems to be a Warner Brothers thing. As a standalone movie, The Matrix Resurrections most definitely does not work, which is a shame as I had a good time while watching it, but I feel like I was only enjoying it because I knew the characters and understood the world that they were living in, and obviously it's more Matrix, so what's not to love? Unfortunately though, whilst watching I did end up with the feeling, did this need to be made? And not in the way that it ruins the original story, because it doesn't, and that trilogy will always be there. But Matrix Resurrections does nothing to really further the world of the Matrix outside of bringing back a couple of old characters and righting a few wrongs. The Matrix Resurrections feels like a movie made for the fans that needed a bit more of Neo's story and needed to find out what happened after the last Matrix movie. And also, like I've mentioned, if you've not seen the original trilogy, then you need to. It was a fun time for me, but the ending was disappointing, and ultimately the whole thing left me feeling like the franchise was better left alone, or if they were going to make a new one, just completely reboot it and start afresh. So with all that said, I enjoyed the movie, but at the same time I don't feel like it was a great addition to the franchise. I think the fan inside me enjoyed the movie, enjoyed the ride, but another part of me was sort of left feeling a bit bored, if I'm being completely honest. But yeah, The Matrix Resurrections is out now in cinemas, so have you seen it yet? What did you think, and were you a fan of the original trilogy? Let me know in the comments below, as I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and as always, if you like the review, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.
still know Kung Fu.